Welcome back on this Tuesday morning edition of Hot Mic on WDAY Extra, KSFL TV in Sioux Falls, KNBN in Rapid City, and also Inform.com streaming over there. During the commercial break, you can kind of see it here. I'll hold it up. I made an adjustment in our helmet lineup here on the front of the desk. This is the Concordia Cobbers helmet, and it is also the new bat symbol for our next guest here on this Tuesday morning. Terry Horan joining us, the head coach of the Concordia's Cobbers football team. Coach, thanks for joining us here on this Tuesday morning. I love the helmet, by the way. I think it's one of my favorite ones out there right now. I got to ask you, I was doing the math yesterday, 88 days until the start of the football season. Can you believe that? September 6th is right around the corner.
Right around the corner. In fact, the countdown clock says 87 days, 21 hours, 43 minutes, and 51 seconds to kick off. Let's go.
You got that all lined up there then in the office then. I just can't believe it's almost there. We'll talk about the summer here in just a little bit. Got you on the show this morning. Of course, we've been talking about it. You've been talking about it on this show as well. Cooper Mattern has come on here and mentioned it. But the big news that happened just the other day, there's going to be a game under the lights at the Jake in the season opener on September 6th against Mayville State. Give us your reaction to that. We saw that. I think Dom almost jumped out of his shoes when he heard that the other day.
Well, we're obviously really, really excited, and when we were able and fortunate to get the lights put up last year, and we actually practiced in the morning, so we were using the lights, and then we just decided, let's see if we can try to get a night game, and obviously Rocky Larson at Mayville State was all for it as well, and the kids are excited. I can tell you that. Brings them back to those Friday night lights, and we've obviously never have had that happen here at Concordia. So, history in the making.
So you mentioned there it's a mutual want to have this night game between Concordia and Mayville State. How long has this been in the works to have something like this?
Well, we were looking for a single-year contract game, and because we signed a 2-year contract with Nebraska Wesleyan out of Lincoln for 26-27. So I kind of just shopped around the area, and Rocky said, "Hey, we have an opening that day too, and we'd come to you." And I said, "Well, what do you think about us doing this under the lights?" And he goes, "Even better." So he's all for it, and we're excited. It's been a great relationship between the two of us. He's done a great job at Mayville State, and kind of, got that program back going here again. And it'll be an exciting one. And I know, again, our staff, our kids, our college, we're all looking forward to it. The annual corn feed has now been moved to the Corn Fest, and that is going to be on the day of the game.
Oh, that is awesome. Nice.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of festivities happening around our campus community that day for sure.
Oh, I love that. I love the Corn Fest. I've been going to it every year since I've been up here. It's really cool over there. And I heard that the night game's a whiteout as well. I imagine you've heard from your players. What have they said? Because I'm sure they're used to the Friday night lights, and then they had to get used to the Saturday afternoon games. But I imagine they're over the moon to get back under the lights.
They're extremely jacked, absolutely, and the fact to have it a whiteout, we just kind of we designed a T-shirt up, and we've put that out on the social media fronts. You probably saw that, and the guys are excited, and there's nothing like Friday night lights in their minds, and we're going to give them a little taste of that.
That's fantastic to hear. You mentioned it on the show, I believe, about a year ago, but just to explain for someone who may not know and may be wondering, why can't you have more night games? It's not that simple to just have a night game every single week. Is that right? Can you explain that process?
Right, and it's kind of has to be a little mutual agreement, but the MIAC has a rule that we play all afternoon games unless it's talked about between the two institutions, and really the rule came into effect because of us with all of our travel. And coming down to the cities and Collegeville and St. Peter and Northfield. And we have all 1:00 starts. And unless we get to the daylight savings time, We did last year. We moved it till noon, but people with lights can still keep it at 1. And so, yeah, it's not an easy thing. And we only have one non-conference game from now on. So the rest of our season will be all conference games.
All right. Well, looking forward to watching that first game. We'll see how it all goes, and of course the Corn Fest in there as well. I want to chat about your football team a little bit here while we have you for a couple of minutes. Give us the thoughts after last season as you go into the off season here. Finished 7-3, one of the best seasons since 2017. What do you take away from last year?
Well, we had some really good senior leadership, that's for sure. And, a 3-year starter and a young man you mentioned already, Cooper Mattern at quarterback. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's hard to replace those kind of guys. I mean, we had 28 seniors, and 6 of which were COVID guys that had an extra year of eligibility. So, that doesn't happen all the time for us, and it won't happen anymore where the COVIDs are all gone now. So it's back to no red shirts in 4 years. And, but after spring ball, looking at things, we're going to be young, and we're going to be, obviously, um, young in a lot of different spots, but we're excited about the guys that are returning, and we're really excited about our incoming class. We have 62 new incoming Cobbers coming in, and on August 12th, that's the day we report. But I think the big thing will be, who's going to be our quarterback, currently right now, our front runner is Jersey Selzler. Jersey is out of Velva, North Dakota. And
Nice.
he transferred to us from Morehead State a couple years ago, so he's been Cooper Mattern's backup, but certainly we've got a few in the stable that that will push for things, and we'll see who can distribute the football and put it in the playmakers' hands, and it's a big position, as we all know.
Absolutely. Well, it doesn't hurt to have a Velva quarterback right there at fingertips reach. So, looking forward to seeing what Jersey can do. I wanted to ask you because you mentioned Cooper Matter. Now he's off working with the NDSU football program. Just how much has he meant to your program throughout his time there? Dynamite career with Concordia.
Absolutely. I mean, he broke every record probably known to mankind. And,
Hmm.
obviously I have to kid him once in a while because we were 3 yards in a cloud of dust forever. And now we started chucking the rock around. But he's extremely cerebral. I'm super happy that he wants to kind of check out the coaching
Hmm.
scene, and he's loving his time over at NDSU with Paul Seck's crew and whatnot. And he's learning a lot. But he's a coach's kid,
Right.
His dad, Troy, outstanding man, outstanding football coach, and Cooper. Cooper meant a lot to us, and we're going to miss him, that's for sure. And big shoes to fill. He was super competitive, but he distributed the football, and he would take the ball into his own hands at times too, and he ran well, and he just did so much for us. Outstanding leader, and yeah, we're going to miss him.
I want to go back. You mentioned it just a couple of moments ago. Players report in early part of August here. Describe what an off season is like for these players at the Division III level, because it's different from what you see at Division I, Division II. Is that correct?
Yeah, we can't actually have any time with them.
Right.
Our strength coach, we have a full-time strength coach. He's been with us for about 13 years. He puts together their plan, their lifting plan, their running plan, their agility plan, and then it's on them and to get this done. And he can't even actually give direction in the weight room. That's the rule. He can be down there from a standpoint of spotting or just safety and whatnot, but he can't give any instruction. And so really, it's on the onus of our young men.
Hmm.
But we got guys that have all played a ton for us. They were led really well by a bunch of seniors last year with expectations of how we do things, and we sent the message out to the guys a little about a week ago or so that, hey, listen, we're just about 90 days out, and look at we're already in the 80s. I still remember looking at that countdown clock, and we had 200 some days left before kickoff. So it's coming fast, and your most important season of the off-season training is obviously as you get closer and in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And our strength coach can work with our guys all off season. But it's the summer training time that it's kind of hands off and it's kind of player led.
Right. Test of dedication there as well. And I know your guys do a fantastic job with that. Over the last couple of days, one more for you, and then we'll let you go here, Terry. Over the last couple of days, we've been talking about the craziness that's going on with Division I athletics. It's almost hard to follow at times. I want to get your thought. What's going on D3 football? What's the state of D3 football right now? Is it pretty strong?
Very strong, and honestly, to me, with everything that's going on at the Division I level, it gets exhausting.
Yeah.
There's so much to it nowadays. I mean, we got general managers that are side by side with these head coaches, and you're running it like a professional team. And we're the last true amateur sport left on a collegiate campus, in my opinion. And D3 is strong. I mean, NIL has dipped into D3 as well. I know the programs that have been continuously at the top of our rankings and whatnot. We're starting to see that happening. So sooner or later, it could trickle into us a little bit more, and it hasn't currently with us at Concordia. But certainly is going to have to start to be something we're thinking about.
It's interesting. It's interesting. Terry, I appreciate your time. Congratulations on a night game coming up, and best of luck over the next 87 odd days as we get ready for the football season.
Hey, appreciate you, Sam. Thanks for having us on today.
Absolutely. Terry Horan, the head coach of Concordia football, joining us here on this Tuesday morning. Chat a little Cobber football here, which is always fun to do. A reminder, again, their season opener is on Saturday, September 6th. Against Mayville State. It's a 7 o'clock start time for that at the Jake. It's a whiteout game. And then as you heard him mention, the Corn Fest also on that same day as well. It is an electric day over in Moorhead on September 6th. Looking forward to that. And then, of course, Saturday, September 20th is their next game down in St. Olaf, which is in Northfield. And then that's the Lefse Bowl. So crazy bowl games going on over there. But great to hear from Terry. Looking forward to seeing what his Cobbers football team could do. And I love what he said. They're one of the last amateur college sporting divisions, if you will, left on college campuses. So it could trickle down to that mark. We'll have to see. But again, big thanks to Terry for joining us, chatting a little night game here at the Jake coming up this season against Mayville State. All right, we're due for another break. When we come back on the other side, we're talking more football, but this time with a Bison legend in Spencer Wagee. Announced his retirement from the game of football. We'll have him on here in just a couple of moments and chat about that decision and reflect back on a very strong career. That's coming up next on Hot Mic.